It's been just over a year since the new mandatory real estate disclosure forms were introduced in BC, and most people still are confused by them or don't know what they are. So in today's video, I'm going to explain them for you. Hi, I'm Craig Veroni with RE/MAX Masters Realty. I was named one of the top 50 video influencers in real estate in North America for the past 2 consecutive years for the way I utilize video to sell my clients' homes and educate them as well. If you enjoy the content here, please subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up button on the video, and don't forget to hit that bell so that you can be notified the moment that I have a new video out. I want you to be able to stay up to date on all the latest tips and insights into the Vancouver real estate market so that you can become an expert too. Okay, let's dive into it. There were 3 new mandatory real estate disclosure forms introduced by the Superintendent of Real Estate, the Real Estate Council of BC, and the BC government just over a year ago. The most important thing for you to understand is that these forms are simply disclosure forms. Let me say that again. These are just disclosure forms. They are not contracts. These forms are meant to educate the public and provide you with vital information regarding agency and your representation options. The first is the Disclosure of Representation in Trading Services, or DORTS. It's a mouthful, I know. So what exactly is this form and why is it important to you? It explains what your options are when it comes to representation and ensures that you acknowledge and understand these options. A key point here is that dual agency, which is where the listing agent could act for both the buyer and the seller, was banned in BC just over a year ago when these new forms were introduced. But more on that in a moment. The Superintendent of Real Estate believes that the general public needs to know and understand the advantages of working with a real estate professional and what their legal obligations are to you should they provide you with client or agency representation, as well as the pitfalls that you can encounter should you decide to be unrepresented or have no agency in a real estate transaction. He also believes that the timing this information is imparted to you is important. In order for every real estate agent in BC to remain compliant with these new rules and forms, we need to provide you with this information the moment the conversation shifts from us providing you with factual information about a listing we may have or the real estate market at large, to you discussing your personal information such as your financial situation or why you'd like to buy or sell. This is why, if you've had any interaction with a real estate agent over the past year, it's gotten awkward very quickly. Perhaps you've been at an open house, or maybe you've called an agent on the phone to discuss a particular home that you had seen. Now, things were going really well. You were getting all the information you needed, you felt comfortable with this agent, and you began telling them all about your personal situation, how long you've been looking for a home, your financial situation, and then there was an awkward silence in which the agent said, "It appears our conversation has moved from me providing you factual information about the real estate market to you discussing your personal information. I need to stop this conversation, send you the Disclosure of Representation in Trading Services, have you read it, understand it, and then we can resume our conversation." Awkward? Hell yes. Ridiculous in terms of timing? Hell yes. Completely out of left field for you as the consumer? Absolutely. But we don't make the rules, we just have to follow them. You may be asking yourself, what exactly is an agency relationship? When you decide that you want representation by a real estate agent, you'll form an agency relationship with that realtor. This means that your agent is legally duty-bound to protect your interests. For example, that agent has fiduciary duties of loyalty, confidentiality, and disclosure to you, the client. Ultimately, these forms and the discussions they encourage between you and your real estate agent will allow you to be better informed and make clearer decisions during a real estate transaction. So just laugh along with us as we get through this awkward phase with you in these forms. Most people think we're trying to get them to sign a contract when we pull out these forms and are explaining agency to them. Let me say that again. These are just disclosure forms. They are not contracts. If Arnold Schwarzenegger were here, he'd say, "It's not a contract." The second form is called the Disclosure of Risks to Unrepresented Parties. This form essentially highlights the massive risks you take when you choose not to work with a real estate agent during the purchase of a home. All homeowners must sign a listing contract with a real estate agent if they want to sell their home. Buyers, however, are not mandated to sign a contract with a real estate agent, but it is very unwise to purchase a home without one. This form spells out very clearly the risks you assume should you choose to be an unrepresented party. Remember, the listing agent can no longer act for both the buyer and the seller here in BC. If you intend to buy a home, find a realtor that you like and trust to help guide you through the process. You may also want to check out my other video, The Home Buying Process Explained, if you're planning on buying a home in the near future. The third form is called the Privacy Notice and Consent Form. In order to help you sell, buy, or lease real estate, realtors, brokerages, and real estate boards need to collect, use, and disclose some of your personal information. This form provides you with information about and obtains your consent to such information handling practices. It informs you on how your personal information may be collected and to whom that personal information may be disclosed. And that's it. See, that wasn't so bad. 3 new real estate forms to better inform you early on in a real estate transaction. So when things get awkward during your next conversation with a real estate agent, remember this video, don't sweat it, because they're just disclosure forms. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And if you did, please consider subscribing to my channel, hit the thumbs up button for this video, and don't forget to hit that bell so that you can be notified the moment that I have a new video out. Have a fantastic day, and remember, this is where you live, love, own Vancouver.